After years of playing Geometry Dash and over 2,000 hours of playtime, I conquered one of the greatest challenges in the entirety of my life. I beat my first Extreme Demon! And obviously this video is going to be for my IQ completion, but I just want to talk about some of the things I've learned from playing Geometry Dash and just how it's affected me in my life. Because, I mean, like, I know it's a video game, but, like, it's really been, like, a big, like, chunk of my life, and I just wanted to kind of rant, so I'm going to rant. So not too long ago, I was an iPad kid, and yeah, so my friend, or like I had a babysitter or whatever, she said, hey, you should download this game. And it was Geometry Dash Lite, and that's pretty much where I would assume that's where like everyone starts because it's the free version of the game, and I don't think, I don't think that many people play it on Steam compared to the people who play it for, like the free version. But I was like what, like, I don't know, 8 years old or something, 6 or 7 years ago. uh, I would just play the game, and I didn't really make much progress, obviously, because when you're that young, you don't really take anything seriously, or just in general. Uh, so then, like 2 years later, when I was 10, I picked up the game, and then I bought the full version on my phone because I had like an allowance or whatever. I don't. It wasn't an allowance. I don't even know how I got money. I don't know. Well, anyway, so I bought the game, and then I started making progress. So I went on to beat my first, like, basically like all the main levels except Deadlocked, and it was like it's actually kind of crazy that I was able to beat like levels like Club Set back then, because I feel like they were way too hard on my skill out of my skill set. And then anyway, so I I started Deadlocked, and then I just kind of gave up after a little bit because it wasn't very fun. Because, well, okay, so there was like the impossible first wave, and then there was just ridiculous ending parts like the memory ship and everything. I just couldn't get past it. So around like 2 years later, I picked it up again when I was like 12, and then I ended it. So on December 15th, 2024, this happened. So yeah, this and basically started my Geometry Dash journey, and like I would spend a lot of my time on this game. So I ended up beating, well, so after Deadlocked, I ended up beating some medium demons. I did B, Verity, Fear Me, and then I think it was Shuriken. So I basically just started grinding the game at that time, and I was like, wow, I can do a lot more than I thought I could do. And then I convinced myself to just start trying Nine Circles. So Nine Circles, I at first, when I was like first playing the game, I looked at this level and I was like, this is probably like the hardest thing I could ever do in this game. And I was probably wrong. I am wrong. Where I was wrong. So I ended up playing it, but then I ended up just beating it. I think like it was like pretty quick actually. I think it was 3,000 attempts still, but like I beat it in only like a month after Deadlocked, I think. So I mean, I think it was at this point where I realized something not just about Geometry Dash, but like in life in general. Because I would look at these levels and go, man, I can't see myself doing this ever. And eventually I just accomplished it anyway. And I think Geometry Dash taught me that I'm just a lot more capable than I thought I was. And if you just apply this mindset of, I can do this eventually, you'll eventually be able to do it. And I think like I took this to heart at some points, and like when, for example, when I was doing martial arts, I would be horrible at sparring. I would probably lose like maybe 75% of my matches, and I would just be really negative on myself. But I just ended up putting on the right mindset, and I practiced, and now I just win nearly like 90% of my matches. I ended up taking first place at multiple tournaments. So I what am I? I'm just trying to say, like, if you think you can't do something, eventually you'll be able to do it as long as you put the right mindset. And it might sound a little bit cliche, but like there's some moments in my life where I could really take this to heart. And then later on, I beat Windy Landscape, my first Insane Demon, and I decided I would fulfill one of my all-time goals in Geometry Dash. Beating an Extreme Demon meant to like a lot of me in Geometry Dash, because I mean, I think in the scope of Geometry Dash, basically anyone can beat their first Extreme, but like it just depends. Like, I mean, like, I think a good example of like anyone can beat this is like, this guy RGC exists. He completed Cataclysm in like over 100,000 attempts, and I think he had like what bad motor functions or something. So like, despite his disadvantages, he was able to conquer like one of the hardest achievements in this game, and I think that gave me motivation to just continue trying to beat the level at the time because, well, not Cataclysm, but Accu, because like I think like I was just really demotivated. I did not want to keep playing, but like I knew it was possible for me. So if I just kept trying at it, I think I could have gone far. Okay, now that I'm done ranting, let's talk about the actual purpose of this video. Accu, although it's like bottom extreme, it's like I think, I mean, it's not the easiest level. It's not the easiest extreme, but I think it's like what, top 1300 now or something. But it's still ridiculously hard. I mean, I know a lot of people have beaten it, but like for me, this was like probably one of the hardest achievements in the entirety of my like life. Like, not even in just video games. I mean, in video games, yeah, but like I don't think I've done anything harder than this in my entire life. Uh, there's so many like godforsakenly bad parts of this level, and like I could talk about this for like forever. Actually, I'm gonna talk about it. So, why is there so many timings? Like in this beginning, for some reason, this beginning part, it's just incredibly annoying because there's so many timings, and you just like there's so many like meticulous things you have to think about, and then when you just die, you're like, wow, I just wasted my time because I could have made it to the drop, but I didn't make it to the drop. And then when I did make it to the drop, it was ridiculous because sometimes I would just die to the first click and then waste like 30 seconds of my life. Then what, like the maybe like second half of the drop, it was horrible. This like it was the mini wave or whatever, right? It was at like 70% or something. There's an upside down portal that just has the most awkward timing I've ever like had to do in Geometry Dash. And then there was what was it? The ending part. Like, I don't know why there's just so many choke points in the ending to the point where like I kept dying there and I was like so demotivated to keep going. It was just horrible. This level, I don't know why. Like every single demon I play has to have a chokeable. Future Funk, I died to 99%. No! I don't know why these levels do these things. I jumped to this level from Winnie. I mean, I don't know if you can call it a jump, but like I started. So I beat Winnie Landscape. Yes. I really just didn't want to play any more Insane Demons, so I just jumped to this level, and it's like I don't recommend you do this because it was ridiculously hard. Like it was for this level. I think if you pick an extreme, if you don't like learning gameplay, don't play Accu because it took me like 10,000 attempts just to learn 68 to 100, and I mean I think it was mainly hard because I just didn't have any experience with fast-paced timings like this, and then like around 16,000 attempts, yeah, 16,000. I got the level in 2 runs. I think I got 58% and then 52 to 100, and I was like really happy with that. Then I just kind of dropped the level for a little bit because I had to study for midterms. But then, fast forward to February, President's Day weekend, I had a goal. I wanted to be Accu. So then, what was it, on, I think like February 21st, Saturday, I had to relearn the level. And then on Sunday, the day after, I did some crazy runs of 81% and 85%. And I was like, what? I did not think I was going to get through this level that quickly. So the next day, I just decided I need to lock in and end this once and for all. I thought if I could get this far into the level, I would be able to beat it pretty quickly, you know? Since, like, I got to run to the ending. I mean, all I had to do was beat the ending from there. So then I was like, I don't think this is going to take me much longer, and I was mistaken. Avon! Help! Oh my goodness. Yes! I did it! I did it! I did it! I did it! I beat it! I beat it! I beat it! Oh my goodness! I was so scared I was gonna die at 98 again. You do not understand how scared I was to die at that last click. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay, we're counting the attempts. We're counting attempts. Yo, okay. This is the amount of attempts. 22,938 attempts. 22,938 attempts. Oh my goodness. I actually did it. To anyone who wants to beat their first extreme, even like me, I guess Aki is an okay choice. I mean, it's fun and it gets consistent. I just feel like Kata would be a little bit funner because it's not completely difficult the whole time. Like Aki, it's so consistently difficult, and like at the end it actually spikes in difficulty in my opinion. It's a little bit annoying. I don't know. I'm just glad I was able to beat the level because I was like I really wanted to beat my first extreme for a while. I don't really know what to do now. I'll probably just go beat some easier levels, like I don't even know, like some hard demons, or maybe I'll do Cataclysm at some point, or I might even jump to like Bloodbath. Who knows? Yes, thanks for watching. If you did, I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. That's okay too. See you.